quick, without thinking, do you love this man? Just yes or no, and then we can think and talk about it. Of course, I mean as a fellow human, not in the way you love your spouse or your family or your friends. Do you love this baby? Absolutely. That's the easiest one for people. But believe it or not, there are a lot of people out there that don't even love children. I was thinking about this after a video I watched yesterday, and I'll show you some of the clips, but it occurred to me why this is. Why it's the same thing we were talking about with the We Are God video, where people are their own gods and they are the Most High. So obviously humanity, any other human they meet in this world, the love they give out is very conditional. It will be very conditional, because if they can't even humble themselves to their creator or acknowledge they have a creator, then nobody else will ever get the respect or the humility or the appreciation or the unconditional love.
I love you. Do you love me?
I don't really love anyone, which is unfortunate, but let's
Do you love me? No. No.
I've seen countless videos like this, and it's usually a Christian asking the person if they love them or if they love other humans in general. I've heard Jesse Peterson do this on his show. Like, maybe a black woman will call in that's a liberal and thinks he's very racist and all of this, and he'll ask them if they love white people. And it's usually without hesitation. Of course not. Like, some of them will if they're Christian, usually. Same with white people. You know, they ask white people, do you love all black people? Same thing. And they'll say, well, it's not about that. It's about the people that deserve my respect. You know, it's about getting to know someone, and then you can determine whether you love them or not. Sorry, I'm walking uphill right now. I just figured I'd talk about this while it was on my mind. But it's a very, very conditional sort of love. This is the kind of love you get for humanity with this sort of ideology. This is why a lot of vegans end up becoming more like misanthropic. These sorts of people that believe that truth is not, like, there isn't an infinite truth, you know. Morals are sort of malleable, like we can just make it up as we go, and it's circumstantial. I don't have all the right words right now, but I think you get what I'm saying. So this ethics that they conjure up themselves, this morality, it is also very conditional, because there isn't a set truth to it, right? As this gentleman here with the microphone would say, it's because it's satanic. It comes from a place of evil, of darkness, and it creates this worldview where, you know, he didn't say all of this, he just said it was satanic, but I'm adding to that it makes it conditional in the sense. And what is so ironic about it, though, as he was also saying, is these people who demand understanding, compassion, love, tolerance, that's what it began with, but it's not really about tolerance anymore. Well, they demand this from everyone, and they call everyone bigots for not handing it right over to them. Yet their respect and understanding and compassion and love is extremely conditional. They have to have you agree with everything they agree with for you to deserve any sort of respect or compassion, and then eventually maybe love. And they don't see anything wrong with this. Do you see that a lot of these people, again, they do not hesitate to say no and laugh as if, why would you even expect that of me? Why would you even expect that? I don't know you. Okay, so this general love for humanity, and that's why I showed the two adults that I did at the beginning of this video, because we are meant to love even those that are the most off-putting, right? And this love that I'm talking about something that's within us all, this Holy Spirit. It's a connection with our own spirit and an understanding of what we are and how we were created, and that we're all children of God. It's that sort of thing. So You love everyone. You don't have to like them. You don't have to appreciate them. You don't have to respect them even. But you have humility enough to understand that we should have compassion towards everyone, right? Because they all come from the same place. They all are the same as us. So it just all goes back to the "we are God" story. And it is to say you are the Most High, you are your own creator, or you don't know who your creator is, so you would just make this up as you go. And so you can't respect anything else that is, right? So, and then the rest of humanity, since you're agnostic about this, they don't deserve compassion all the time. They don't deserve respect, they don't deserve love, and you can see how the darkness, the hate, easily seeps in when you have this sort of way of thinking. It is so easy, because now you've set up a worldview, particularly these people that were saying no, that they don't love him, that the condition that, people deserve your love is that they have all the same beliefs as you. So you can see how easily that turns into misanthropic feelings and hatred. And then once you hate humanity for so long, you start to despise the children too. Hell, let's take it down to the babies. Like, people shouldn't even be having babies. Look at this ugly little fat baby, that sort of thing, right? You can see how that happens. It is chaos. And what's so ironic, I know there are many things that are ironic about this belief system, but these are the people that claim to have the moral high ground. But I want to talk more about the type of love you have for a stranger, because I don't know if some people are confused about this. What I mean by this is you don't have intense feelings of rage and hate. You don't want to see them harmed, even when they do negative things to yourself. You don't want to see terrible, outcomes, basically. A normal, loving, compassionate person who is in touch with their spirit may think something like, I hope, she gets on track. Hopefully she isn't neglectful. Hopefully smoking is the only thing she's doing while pregnant, and hopefully the baby is healthy, seems to be growing well because her belly's pretty big, and maybe you would even want to help her. While on the other hand, a misanthropic person, I could see someone like Pekin Gaines being like, well, that's what happens with these whores, look at her, white trash, crazy, just you name it. He would just talk down on her, and she's eating dead bodies and just disgusting, all of that. And she deserves it, right? I could see Vegan Gaines saying that. I can see him saying, any hardship, any negative outcomes, bad things that happen to her, she definitely deserves it. And he would actually even derive some sort of joy out of that.
I love you. Do you love me?
I don't really love anyone, which is unfortunate, but let's.
Do you love me? No.
So when I watch this clip, I don't have to even question their religion or anything like that. I know they're agnostic. I know they're lost. Either that or atheist. It's just the reality of it. And if they do somewhat have some faith, they are not in touch with that. They're not in touch with their the Holy Spirit and spirituality, and they do not humble themselves in a way that gives the respect to other humans and appreciation for life and all of that. And I think this comes down to what is wrong with vegans as well. I hate to bring that up again, but it's like this respect for humanity and this love for humanity is missing, so they're clinging on to whatever else they can, fulfill their spirit with, for feeling like they're doing some good in this world. They're just lost, and they haven't come to terms with this yet. They haven't come to terms with what is necessary to really get along here in this world, this realm that we live in these human bodies, to make it and find happiness in this life. And in order to do this, they have to step out of this chaos, which is what this is. It's a chaotic worldview where you don't have God, you don't have an infinite truth. But to do this, they have to humble themselves enough, right? And allow their spirit to rest and stop struggling between this good and evil and not even knowing which is which. Y'all have a blessed day.